The moment Meghan Sussex dropped the trailer for her Netflix holiday special, the media collectively lost their minds. Every major tabloid, from the Daily Mail to Bazaar, scrambled to interpret her every move, every smile, every outfit, as if the fate of the world depended on how they responded to a simple festive trailer. And yet, the truth is glaringly obvious. Meghan Sussex continues to embody grace, charm, and effortless elegance, and the media are incapable of handling it. The Daily Mail, in particular, has gone over the top, publishing breathless headlines about how Meghan releases new Christmas trailer moments before William and Kate arrive at annual charity event, as if her work on a joyous family holiday special should somehow be measured against the presence of her in-laws. This is the kind of ridiculous, petty framing that tabloids specialize in, turning an inspiring creative project into a manufactured rivalry, attempting to make Meghan appear strategic or manipulative, when in reality she is simply being herself. She is producing content that brings joy to millions, and yet outlets like the Daily Mail cannot report it without twisting the narrative into some imagined drama. What is truly remarkable about Meghan Sussex is not only her talent, but her unshakable poise in the face of relentless scrutiny. While the tabloids are busy spinning every tiny detail into a scandal, she continues to present herself with a level of sophistication and authenticity that seems to terrify the press. Bazaar, for instance, could not help but gush about her wardrobe, framing it as Meghan's Christmas wardrobe is made for a chic Montecito duchess, which on the surface seems like praise. But even then, they cannot help but overanalyze, treating her fashion as some sort of public chess move. Meanwhile, GB News reports she is full of smiles in the latest trailer, yet the coverage is accompanied by an undercurrent of disbelief, as if the world should not be allowed to see Meghan happy, relaxed, and in her element. The media simply cannot compute that a woman of her talent, intelligence, and grace can exist without it threatening some preconceived narrative. Their obsession with her smile, her outfit, the timing of her trailer, all of it, is a testament to how utterly incapable they are of appreciating a woman like Meghan Sussex without resorting to sensationalism. Every headline about Meghan is a fascinating study in media anxiety. The Daily Mail's coverage, in particular, reads as though the writers are on the edge of a panic attack. Meghan releases new Christmas trailer moments before William and Kate arrive at annual charity event. The sheer pettiness is astonishing. The assumption here is that Meghan's work should somehow be shadowed by the movements of other royals, as if she exists only in relation to them. This is the central flaw in tabloid coverage. They refuse to recognize Meghan Sussex as a force in her own right, with a career, influence, and creative vision that do not need validation or comparison. The media obsession with timing, with imagined competitive tension, is laughable. Meghan Sussex did not release a holiday special trailer to provoke anyone. She did it because she is a producer, a storyteller, and a mother who understands the power of joy and connection. And yet, the Daily Mail frames her accomplishment as part of a royal chess match. Their inability to simply celebrate her achievements is telling. Meghan's brilliance threatens the simplicity of the narratives they prefer. Meanwhile, other outlets attempt to tiptoe between admiration and criticism, caught in a confused loop of envy and fascination. Bazaar's coverage of her festive wardrobe could have been a straightforward acknowledgement of style and creativity, but instead it subtly questions her motives, framing fashion as strategy rather than self-expression. GB News, though somewhat more neutral, cannot avoid emphasizing that her cheerful demeanor is somehow noteworthy or newsworthy, highlighting that Meghan can be radiant and successful without conforming to traditional media expectations. The tabloids' reactions reveal a deeper insecurity. They cannot tolerate a woman who wields influence and charm without needing to apologize for her presence or justify her actions. Meghan Sussex embodies exactly what they fear: a self-assured, independent, and talented woman who continues to rise above their petty narratives. The frenzy surrounding this trailer is emblematic of a broader issue in tabloid culture: the inability to separate personal bias from reporting. Meghan Sussex's work on With Love, Meghan Holiday Celebration is professional, festive, and joyous. Yet every outlet seems to ask the same question. Is she trying to overshadow someone else? This is absurd. Meghan Sussex is not in competition with anyone. She is simply living her life, pursuing her passions, and sharing them with the world. Yet the Daily Mail and other tabloids cannot resist turning this into a pseudo-royal drama. Their obsession with timing, smiles, and outfits reduces a vibrant, dynamic woman to a caricature in their collective imagination. And the result is a coverage frenzy that borders on hysteria. It is both comical and tragic. These media outlets are losing credibility while Meghan Sussex continues to shine effortlessly, her work speaking for itself. It is impossible to ignore the contrast between Meghan Sussex's composure and the media's chaotic reactions. While she presents a trailer full of warmth, joy, and celebration, the tabloids respond with speculative headlines, imagined rivalries, and thinly veiled criticisms. The Daily Mail, in particular, seems unable to contain its anxiety, suggesting that Meghan's timing in releasing her trailer is a calculated move designed to provoke her in-laws. This is a perfect example of the media's flawed logic. They cannot fathom that a woman might simply be competent, creative, and excited about her own projects. Meghan Sussex continues to excel in every endeavour she undertakes, producing content, supporting her family, and engaging in philanthropy. Yet tabloids insist on framing her actions as controversial. Their reaction is a mirror reflecting not her flaws, but their own insecurities, biases, and obsessive need to control the narrative. The coverage of Meghan's trailer also highlights the absurdity of how women in the public eye are scrutinized. Every detail, from her fashion choices to her expressions, is dissected, debated, and misinterpreted. Meghan Sussex does not owe the tabloids an explanation for her creativity, her style, or her joy. And yet, the Daily Mail and similar publications treat every move as if it is an affront to the public or to some invisible standard of decorum. Their panic over a single trailer underscores a larger cultural problem: the relentless policing of successful women. Meghan Sussex continues to defy these expectations with remarkable poise. She is radiant, confident, and unapologetically herself, and the media's inability to process this is both predictable and revealing. The intensity of tabloid reactions also shows just how influential Meghan Sussex has become. If the media were able to dismiss her work easily, they would. But the fact that every outlet feels compelled to overanalyze her trailer, her wardrobe, and even the timing of her release demonstrates the magnetic effect she has on the public imagination. People are inspired by her creativity, her intelligence, and her warmth. And yet, tabloids like the Daily Mail continue to attempt to cast her in a negative light, twisting celebration into drama. They fail to grasp that Meghan Sussex's influence is rooted not in provocation or competition, but in authenticity and talent. Her ability to generate excitement and admiration organically is something the tabloids cannot manufacture, and it clearly unnerves them. It is also worth noting that the media frenzy surrounding Meghan Sussex is not limited to overt criticism. It is just as often expressed through baffled praise that carries an undertone of suspicion. Headlines like "Meghan's Christmas wardrobe is made for a chic Montecito duchess" are ostensibly flattering, but they are framed in a way that suggests scrutiny rather than admiration. They seem to imply that success, elegance, and happiness are somehow suspicious traits when embodied by Meghan Sussex. And yet, this only serves to highlight her excellence. She continues to deliver high-quality work, maintain a joyful presence, and inspire fans across the globe, all while tabloids scramble to fit her into their narrow, critical frameworks. The contrast between her grounded, authentic demeanour and the tabloid hysteria could not be starker, and it reinforces why Meghan Sussex is admired so universally, even as the press loses its grip on rational commentary. What makes the tabloids' reactions especially laughable is their inability to comprehend normal human joy when it comes from Meghan Sussex. The trailer is meant to celebrate love, family, and the holiday spirit, yet the Daily Mail cannot report it without introducing artificial tension and rivalries. Their coverage assumes that every smile, every outfit, every festive gesture is a calculated move, as though Meghan Sussex is incapable of existing in a world where her achievements can be celebrated on their own merit. Meanwhile, she radiates warmth and charm in a way that is effortless and genuine, a stark contrast to the forced narratives spun by tabloid journalists. Every critical or suspicious headline simply amplifies her brilliance. The more they panic, the more she shines. In reality, Meghan Sussex's work is precisely what the media struggles to understand. A woman exercising creativity, confidence and joy without fear of judgment. Her trailer for With Love, Meghan Holiday Celebration, is a testament to her professionalism, her taste, and her commitment to creating content that uplifts people. The media, however, seems obsessed with rewriting the narrative to fit their own anxieties, turning what should be a celebration of talent into a spectacle of criticism. The Daily Mail, in particular, appears incapable of separating Meghan's accomplishments from imagined drama or rivalry. They cannot see her brilliance without overlaying it with their own insecurities, their obsession with royal protocol, and their outdated notions of what a woman in her position should or should not do. Their reaction is, frankly, over the top, hysterical, and entirely unnecessary. At the heart of it all is the simple fact that Meghan Sussex continues to thrive despite the media's attempts to undermine her. She is confident, joyful, and inspiring, qualities that tabloids cannot handle without resorting to hyperbole, speculation, or petty comparisons. The frenzy over her trailer is not a reflection of any flaw on her part. It is a reflection of the media's inability to cope with a woman who succeeds on her own terms. Every headline, every anxious article, every overanalyzed photo serves as proof of her cultural impact and the threat she poses to lazy, negative narratives. Meghan Sussex is unflappable, radiant, and genuine, and the media's frantic reactions only underscore her unmatched presence. In conclusion, the response to Meghan Sussex's latest Netflix holiday trailer is a masterclass in tabloid hysteria. Outlets like the Daily Mail, in particular, demonstrate how petty, insecure, and ridiculous coverage can become when confronted with a woman who embodies confidence, creativity, and joy. Meghan Sussex continues to create work that inspires, entertains, and uplifts millions, and the media's obsession with timing, outfits, smiles, and imagined rivalries only highlights their inability to appreciate her on her own terms. While tabloids lose their minds over trivialities, she remains unshaken, brilliant, and luminous, a reminder that true talent and authenticity cannot be undermined by the desperate spin of critics. Meghan Sussex is, as always, a force of nature, and the media's panicked coverage only proves how extraordinary she really is.